All right, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to my visitors and all my regulars. I love seeing you there. I'm so excited. I'm making some finials. I'm making some ornaments, excuse me, for a handful of my regulars. And so I have not been able to do any videos. And, you know, when I'm making 5 or 6 of them, I'm making about 6 or 7 actually. Um, you know, it takes up a lot of time to do them all. And so I have not been able to do any videos. So I thought I'd stop in the middle of doing one of the finials and do a video on the finial. Because it's quite interesting. I've learned a lot, and I still have a lot to learn. I'll show you later when I'm making it what I'm learning. Now, you know, there are some people that are very experienced and advanced, way more than I am, and that's wonderful. I'm so happy about that because they put videos out, and it helps me out to learn from them, you know. But anyway, we're gonna get to this project. This is a beautiful piece of striped Fatwood, and I believe this is longleaf. I believe all the thin striped pieces are longleaf. Now I could be wrong, but that's what I believe it is. I'm almost, you know, 98% certain it is, because I got about 3 or 4 different kinds of Fatwood. So I got loblolly, which has the thick bacon strip lines. Then I have the thin lines, which is the long leaf. And then there's stuff in between it, which I don't know. And, you know, it comes from different parts of the pine tree. So, you know, if it's a knot or what used to be a limb, okay, for all you who don't know what a knot is where the, okay, say this is the trunk of the tree. Let me make sure I'm on the video here. Say this is the trunk of the tree and you have your limb coming out. Okay, where the limb is going into the trunk of the tree is called a knot. And it looks kind of twisty a little bit inside of the trunk of the tree. And what happens is either if it's a live pine tree, it will break, say the limb broke off and it's dying, and so the pine tree, what it does to protect the rest of the tree, will seal off that dead, broken off limb, and it will pump resin and terpenes and stuff to that area, right at the joint area, all the way, come extending out some on the knot. We call it a knot. It's a dead limb at that point, and it will pump it to seal it off from diseases and bugs. Okay, so that the rest of the tree is protected and it doesn't get diseases and bugs. So that's why it pumps in the resin. Okay, if a pine tree dies, all the resin and terpenes and stuff drain down into the knot areas of the tree where the limbs are, and down to the root system in the heart of the tree, which is the center. Okay, that's what I've learned over time, and that's what forms the Fatwood. So anyway, we're going to get to this piece. I'm going to do a beautiful finial, okay? So I wanted to videotape this, and I'm going to show you some stuff that I'm learning that might help you. Not that, you know, it's starting with me. I've learned from other people too. But these are things that I'm learning on my own as I'm wood turning, okay? So anyway, we're going to get right to it, and I hope y'all can join me. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I get to make all these Christmas ornaments for a handful of people. And I hope you enjoy the video, okay? Okay, one of the things that I've learned is some fat wood is drier than others and older. Like my darker fat wood, like, let me see. Like this piece. You see the lines in it? It's really dark, old, dried out. It will splinter easily, and I have, through trial and error, through experience, when I first, like when I'm going to cut it off in the end, let me turn this off a second, sorry about that. When I'm going to cut it off in the end, it will splinter and it will chip off. So what I have to do is make sharp cuts. Now, I don't have to do that right now with this, but what I'm saying is when I get to the end, and, well, I'll show you later. But anyway, this right here area, I wanted to go ahead and do a sharp cut, and beginning with the base, okay? So this is the base of the finial. The beginning where I'm going to cut it off is going to be right here. And I want to have a very nice, and I'll be cutting sideways some, but anyway, so I want, in order for it to not chip off, I need to get that beginning. Because if I go in there with the parting tool without doing that, it will, and I'm doing like this, and it will split it. It will chip it off, okay? That's not with every piece, but with a lot of pieces I have, it does do like that. So I need to smooth that out. It's not running true. So anyway, so I will cut out an area. Because this makes a nice clean cut to start me off with, so it won't chip. Because I've found a lot of my bases, not a lot of them, but some of my bases where it's going to fit on the globe, the base of the finial was chipping in areas and fracturing. So anyway, so that's what I do here. All right, let me get back to it. Okay, another thing that I will do is I will leave this bigger than what it's going to be. And a lot of these areas where they're going to be small. Because when I come down here to the end, and I'm shaping down, I'm cutting down on this wood, it put too much pressure on a small area and it could snap it. So I'll wait to make that small. I'm just getting the initial shape of areas of where things are going to be. Okay, and then I'll go back to it later. So I just want to explain to you what I do. Now, everybody's different. This is a long finial. This is not really a real short finial. Okay, a lot of people will do finials online and they're really short, like from here to here, about five inches or so, and so they can start at the tip and work all the way back and finish it. Okay, this piece is long. You can't do that with long pieces. You might can with certain kinds of wood. I do not know. This is fat wood and it's soft wood, so it's not hard, and where it's gonna be cogent and maintain its strength. Okay, here we go. We're going to make the beautiful finial. I'm going to continue here. Isn't that beautiful? I love those stripes. That's just absolutely stunning. This is stunning wood. Now, another thing I do, according to the picture that I go by, and I can do it now without the picture, but anyway, when I first started doing it, and I looked at the picture, I made this area that's sloping, this the big part of the finial point, bigger than the ball, and that's not correct. This area here has to be smaller than the ball. So when you're looking at a picture, at least when I'm looking at a picture, you know, make sure that the sizes of areas are in conjunction with what you're looking at. And so anyway, and of course these areas are going to be smaller. Now I'm fixing to form this area here, and then I'll start the finial point. But these areas will be smaller, and like I explained earlier, I leave them larger on purpose, okay? Okay, I just want to let you know about what I do in that area. Looking beautiful. This area here, I'll still have to slope it down just a little more, but I usually start working all in this area back and forth to get it the right shape. When it starts bending down, it has to slope here properly and evenly between the two areas when it's coming. Okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's what I see when I'm wood turning these delicate, curvy lined, beautiful ornaments or finials, and whatever you're making. I mean, even a bowl. I mean, you want things to curve properly and be even. You don't want it to be sloping here a little bit and then coming up too soon. You want it to be even on both sides. So anyway, let's get to it and continue. I had to remove some wood with my roughing gouge a little bit here. And this right here will be a little smaller than what it is because it's got to be smaller than the ball. So here we go. I'm still trying to cut it down to size. Okay, you see this area here. Hold on a second. Okay, this is, okay. Okay, you see this area here? It's a straight line. We don't want that. I want to slope it around and curve it. So the curve here, when I start curving it to be smaller, has to curve and then curve back out again. Okay, so I have to pay attention to the curves here. So it'll slope in here, and it'll come in, and it'll curve back out. Okay, it has to have those nice, beautiful curves that segue from this side to this side. So you want them to segue, okay? And you want them to be smooth. So that's what I really have to pay attention to. That's what we all have to pay attention to if you want the piece to really look beautiful. Okay, let's continue. And sometimes it means that you got to shave down a little bit in here. Okay, I see an area, just a tiny area right here. So the eye has to really focus on the curves, okay? You want those beautiful curves to be smooth and transition. Remember I said it's got to be a smooth curves. So it's got to be smooth here, coming around and here. And it's not smooth, it's kind of flat right there still. See, I got to make it smaller. But what I'm going to do, because Fatwood, sometimes it's pretty firm, but a lot of times I like to add some Loctite glue here to make it cogent, so that it's very strong. But anyway, I'm not done in this area. See, you got to pay attention. And I'm talking to myself, okay? I got to pay attention. We have to pay attention to the sloping of areas, little areas, right in here or right in here. Is it transitioning smoothly from here to here? Is it transitioning smoothly from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here? Okay, see, there are areas over here that still have to be smoothed out. They're small, but if you focus with your eye, you can really see the small areas. And if you notice, I'm holding my tool on the tool rest, and I'm holding it up close with both hands. Okay, now I'm not speaking to advanced people, okay? They know this stuff. I think they do. I got my finger near the tip. Now I still have my hands on the other side of the tool rest, so it's safe, okay? But if you notice, I have a whole lot more control if I'm holding the tip close to the art piece. Okay, if I'm holding it way back here on the handle and I'm trying to do this, I'm not going to have near as much control. So the best thing to do is to get close. And this clicked with me one day. Okay, I would hold it. I was holding it back here when I was learning at the beginning, and then one day I started getting closer, and it just started clicking. The light bulb came on, and I started really having a whole lot more control in how I wanted to shape stuff. So especially with the skew, that's with any piece. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some Gorilla Clear Glue on there. I want it a little bit smaller before I do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. Okay, I'm gonna really soak it real good, make sure that it's good and strong and firm. And then I'll have to shape the tip some more, tip area some more, and then I'll have to come over here, back over here, and shape these areas real good, complete these areas, then I'll come back to the tip and finish it. At least that's the order I do it, because if I don't do it that way, I've had problems. Alright, I'm back. I had to get something to eat, take a break anyway while this was drying. Okay, let me see if there's an angle I can put this camera so you can see. Okay, you see how it's straight through here? It's not sloping in properly. So this area here, I still need to work on this whole area in here. Okay, so it's got to... The curve has to come in here. It's got to start curving. And this area need to curve about. So you want them to kind of match. I mean, it's not going to be exactly perfect, but when it's curving here, the curve center needs to be where it's smooth. With the curve coming through here. So anyway, I'm gonna work on that area and we're gonna get back to it. Here we go. All right, and I hope you can join me. I hope you're still here with me. Here we go. By the way, the speed is about 2600. 2630 is what it says when it's on 6 on the highest speed pulley. So I'm doing it as a high rate of speed because it's more stable with pieces like this to be able to, for it to be turning so smoothly. So if there's a little bit slight vibration or something, or the wood is slightly off, usually when you go at a higher rate of speed, it'll do well. Now you can't do that with big chunks of wood you hadn't smoothed out. You can't do that. You have to have a low speed, or your lathe is going to be jumping. It's going to be doing a dance all over your table or your stand or whatever you have it on. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me see if you can see what I see. Get my screen going again. Okay, if you notice, it's still not quite sloping right here properly. So it needs to slope around here, go in, and slope back out. So, as I've explained before, if I do that number, I'm shadowing it, so I don't want to do that. So it's still not quite there, okay? Even though it looks about right. I mean, to the naked eye, to the untrained eye, I mean, because your eyes have to be trained to see these things. Okay, anybody can do this. You just got to train your eyes, and you got to train what you see. So anyway, I still got to slope it in a little bit, and there's a slight lump there too. So it's not sloped where it's supposed to be. So slope in, come out, slope out, and go back in, and be beautiful. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can finish this up. Man, that is stunning. All right, I'm going to stand it up. There's still some areas that I need to touch up tiny bit with spindle gouge before I do. There's a couple of little lines right up in there. It's kind of hard to get up in there when it's a little tiny area. And I'm trying to make this base, this area, the same size as this area, see? I don't want that wider and then that smaller. I want them to kind of match best I can. So I'm going to sand her up before I go over here and work on this, because all this needs to be finished before I do the end. Because once I do the end, I can't be really sanding this area. Well, you can, but it's going to be hard. And you might break something. So, anyway, I'll be back. I'm going to sand it up. Okay, I'll sand lightly with this, starting with 120. I probably don't have to with this, and I'm not going to sand everything with the sandpaper. I'm mainly going to sand this area and the ball a little bit, but the other areas I will use the rag with, because it's small areas and I can't get sandpaper in there very well. That's one thing about the sandpaper. You can, if you see some areas you need to sand down some, you can do that, smooth it out. If you don't feel comfortable in cutting it down, really small in this area, you can use sandpaper to smooth it down until it's really small. So, okay, there we go. Okay, in the end, we pretty much got it done except for touch-ups. This needs to be touched up in this area. It's got to be a skew in there to separate these two areas. Oh, let's see. Man, that is so gorgeous. I cannot get over that. So it's always so thrilling. I'm very passionate about this. Can you tell? This skew doesn't do well. Okay, usually when I do the tip, I can't use this one, not because it's not a skew. I mean, it's a wonderful skew, but it's thin and it's not heavy. There's something about a heavy-duty skew that it's solid. And before I do get going with it, I got to smooth that out. Before I do get going with it, I have to sharpen it. It has to be very sharp. very, very sharp and ready to start off very well. So we can do that tip and form a nice, long, beautiful tip, okay? Before I finish, let me see if I can't touch this up.
Reality isn't real.
Okay, we got our beautiful, beautiful finial. Look at that. Wow, stunning, stunning, stunning. That blows me away. This is why I love doing this Fatwood. I know there's other wood out there, but look at that. Look at that finial. Let me go inside. Let me see if we can see it better inside. The light is shining. I mean, it's bright out here. Man, there's some beautiful lines on this thing. I got some finials in here. And some globes already made and some ornaments already made. Put together, excuse me. I want you to see what I'm talking about. Can you see it? There she is. Glorious. Beautiful. That's a beautiful finial right there. Beautiful. That's why I call them beautiful finials. Now I want you to see another one that's a little different with the stripes. Stripes are smaller. Let's see, I already put glue on it. It's dry though. See how thin those lines are? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is just fantastic. That is just absolutely amazing to me. Two different kinds of lines. These are thin lines also, but this wood right here, it looked like it was an very old fence post. And it was very dried out wood. And I went ahead and took it home. And I thought, you know, this Fatwood, but I mean, it's so beyond gone. There's the top. Look at that top. Look at that. Those lines are just, man, they're just gorgeous. Gorgeous. But anyway, I mean, these lines are gorgeous too. They're just thicker and wider. And then, you know, you take this one here. This came from a knot. So it doesn't have that many lines in it. They're very, very tiny and fine. But that's a beautiful, that's a heavy duty beauty right there. I went ahead and changed out and put one of those line balls right there. Isn't that beautiful? So this wood it's all Fatwood, but this is a little different than this Fatwood. So anyway, we got it going. That's beautiful. Just want to show you a few things. I don't want to show you everything. But anyway, I thank you so much for coming and visiting my channel. Hey, Sylvester. What are you doing, baby? That baby's talking. Yeah. Okay, you're doing great. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. So anyway, thank you for coming and visiting my channel. All you new visitors and subscribers, thank you. I am so honored for you to come by and visit my channel and watch my videos and you like them. And wow, that means a lot to me. Thank you. And that you took time out of your day to come and watch my channel. And I know I've said the same thing over and over, but I really mean it. I'm thankful for you to come and watch my channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you to all my regulars. Hey, y'all are fantastic. And I love your comments. Leave me a comment. What do you think? Let me know. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day, okay? All right. Bye-bye.
I want you here. You are the one to take away my fear. So come on closer to me now. And let me hold you near, oh hold you near.